Yeah, welcome to this class once again. Today we want to talk about gradients. So what do you mean by the gradient of a line? The gradient of a line. We are talking about how steep is the line, how steep is the line. You can represent gradient as m, which is change in y divided by change in x. We are saying our gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So anytime we are given a coordinate or a graph, we can easily find the gradient by using this formula. Let's see now, this is a line. Line L is drawn. Work out the gradient of L. So when you are given a line, don't forget the formula. The gradient M is still y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what you are going to do is on this line, you pick a 2 points that you can easily read. If you look at this last point here, you can easily read it. If you trace it down, x is 3, y is 7. So if you pick this point, and if you pick this point, you can easily read it. You can pick any other point, maybe like this, you can easily read it. But you cannot easily read this one because it's the middle. You can't easily read it. So just either you take this, you still get the same thing or this. So if I say these 2 points, I pick this, x is 0, y is 1, and I pick this, x is 3 at this point. Let me say point B, and this one is point A. So at that point A, we have x is 0, y is 1, and at that point B, x is 3, and y is 7. Sometimes, if you want to find gradient, you have to draw it in form of right angle triangle. That means you sketch this down, and you sketch this to meet it. You know it's form a right angle. So what you're actually doing, this is your y2, this is my y1, this is my x1, and this is my x2. So if you say y2 minus y1, you are getting the difference here. That means the distance here. And if you say x2 minus x1, you are getting the distance here. That's what it means. If you check now from 0 to 3, the distance there is 3. And from here, from 1 to 7, distance here is 6. We can just get our gradient, 6 divided by 3, that's 2. Or you can just say my gradient M is, this is x1, y1, don't forget first point, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, that's 7 minus 1, divided by x2 minus x1, 3 minus 0, and that's 6 over 3, and that's 2. So the gradient of that line is 2. And you can also follow it here, the gradient of the line is just change in y or change in x. Let's check another line here. You see. Now, since they have marked this, you can take this as a point and just sketch it. You see, to make it a right angle triangle. If you look for your change in y from 0 to 3, that means this distance here will be 3. And from here to minus 4, if you count it, that will be 6. Because if you are moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will be 6. Or if you want to use your coordinates, x here is, what's the value for x? We have 4, y 3. And the value for a there is, x is minus 2 and y is 0. So if you find your gradient, say x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 0 minus y1 3 divided by x2 minus 2, x1 minus 4. So my gradient is minus 3 over minus 6, and that's 1 over 2. If you do this now, change your y, that's 3 over 6, and it's still 1 over 2. Now, if you look at this now, it's not necessarily that I can locate this point on the graph. That's x is 3 and y is 5. That's this point. That's very easy to locate. Which point? I can also locate this point on that graph. Since it's a straight line, any point I locate, I can get, still give me the same gradient. I can easily locate it. X is 1, y is minus 3. So I can join them like this to form that triangle now. Do you get? So if here, if I say A, and this point I locate here, I say B. So the coordinate here is minus 3x, and y is 5, and the coordinate here is x is 1, y is minus 3. You can get the gradient. Or you can use your distance from this point down to this point. What's the distance? I think that would be, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 8. And from here to here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. So I think 8 over 4, that would be 2. And if you use your formula 2, so gradient, so this one is the first point, x1, y1. and this one x2, y2. So what will be that? My gradient is y2 minus y1, that's minus 3, minus 5, over x2 minus s1, minus 1 plus 3. Because we say minus 1 minus 3 will give me plus 3. And that will be minus, because you are coming down here, it's down. So this will be a negative value. So that will be minus 8 over 2. And that gradient will be minus 4 because you are coming down. So the end there is minus 4. So you can get the gradients for line A here and also get the gradients for line B. Just locate 2 points on that. Now for line A now, I can easily locate this your points. One, I can easily locate these 2. So I can join them like that for line A. We get us now. So this point, the coordinate of this point, if we check x is 12, y is 8. So that's 12, 8. And this one, x is 0, y is 4. So we look at the distance from here is 12. And from here, from 4 to 8, and that's 4. So that's 4 over 12, that's 1 over 3. And if you use the formula to saying x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, that's 8 minus 4, divided by x2, 12 minus 0. 8 minus 4 is 4 over 12. So that one is 1 divided by 3. So just locate the point. For B, it says a negative graph is coming down. This one is rising up. So I can even put the graph itself like that. I just pick it like this. I pick this point and I pick this point. So for B, this point is x is 0, y is 10. And for this, x is 4, y is 0. So that means 10. The distance from here down, because it's coming down, that's minus 10. Because the graph is coming down. And the distance here is 4. So your gradient here is minus 10 over 4. That's minus 2.5. Calculate the gradient when you are given a graph. That's the way to go. This one is just a bit of work. Now, point A is 3, 11. Point B is 8, 5. The gradient is 5 over 2. You should work out A. Don't forget your gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Since our gradient is 5 over 2, you can say 5 divided by 2 because first point say x1, y1. Second point, x2, y2. So y2 minus y1, that's 11 minus 1 over x2, a minus 3. So that means 5 over 2 equals to 10 over a minus 3. We cross multiply. That will be 5 into bracket a minus 3 equals to 20. So we divide both sides by 5, a minus 3 will be equals to 4. A equals to 4 plus 3, and that will be 7. So that means come to be